Welcome to episode 123 of Drew Sports Crew here on this Sunday morning. Myself, Drew Skyberg, here to bring you the news in the Wisconsin sports world, right? We're here to talk about the two big things going on with Wisconsin sports. It's Buck Summer League, and it is the Milwaukee Brewers back from an all-star break, had a three-game series that, right, as of we're recording right now before game three. So far, so good, right? Um, love the results so far. Love the three straight shutouts there. The last run the Reds have scored was, I believe, Ellie De La Cruz stealing home, which is and ends up working out the Brewers' favor there. But it's going well here, and excited to get into this into the Milwaukee sports stuff right now. I'm really excited for Packers training camp, right? And that's coming up here in a few weeks. But what else is coming up in a few weeks here is Thursday, August 10th, a live show at Pet Skull Brewing Co. Drew Sports Crew Journey to Million. Right, we're gonna have Journey to Million, myself, Drew Skyberg, joined alongside Zach Roush and Jared Valesky. Right, we're gonna all three of us. We will be at Pet Skull Brewing Company for a live show. This show will be able to be heard here after it's complete. We have audio being recorded there, and again, special thanks to David Neuenfeld on that. He's going to help us out with some audio there, getting that audio. It'll be available here. It'll be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. It'll be available. And looking forward to that. We're going to have interactive games. Definitely going to be a giveaway of some sort, so keep that in mind. And we're going to preview, right, the NFL season as a whole, but more generally, right? Who are your award winners going to be? Our Super Bowl predictions, playoff, all that good stuff. We'll talk about futures a little bit, right? We love to get into that. Also, then we're gonna transition to Packers, right? We're gonna have some Packer predictions, some Packer awards stuff, all that good stuff, and we're just gonna try to give an outlook for the NFL offseason here in summer. There's so many other things people are doing, and we want to make sure everyone's well informed before the season starts. So that's what we're going to be doing, and we're also going to enjoy the night. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thursday, August 10th, again, 7 p.m. start in Manitowoc. All the information at Drew Sports Crew on Instagram is available there, or Drew Sports Crew on Facebook. That's the big announcement. Get that out of the way. Scheduling wise, this week looking a little different. We're back to Wednesday around 4:30. Journey to Million. Again, there's a post that'll let you know in the morning, that morning of, to let you know what time we're going live there. Again, we're doing games and all that good stuff in the off season. Then this Friday, I'll be previewing a DFS slate. Yes, not Saturday, not Sunday, Friday this week. And then I'm anticipating Sunday night, then episode 124 of Drew Sports Crew will be the way we go this week schedule wise. So there's all your announcements. We got, again, Bucks and Brewers. Let's start in Summer League. I was last week, as of the recording last week, we were hyping up Bucks for 2-0. Marjan Beauchamp was thriving. This Bucks team was playing really well, and then they lose 3 straight games to end the Summer League. So Tuesday they play Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn, they lose to by 20. This is a good Brooklyn Nets Summer League team. I know it's Summer League, but they do have some guys who have really good college pedigree, right, and are just working to transition into the NBA, right? I mean, like Jalen Wilson, David Duke Jr., Armani Brooks. I mean, they had a lot of talent on their team. Not to say the Bucks didn't, but in this one, Marjan Beauchamp was shut down. 0 for 5 from the field, 23 minutes played, 4 turnovers, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, no points. Minus 22 plus minus. Andre Jackson Jr., not there offensively yet. As well, we've talked about how when you look at Jackson, when you watch him on tape, the defense is NBA ready. Whether obviously it's gonna be a improvement, but right now, you feel with Jackson, he could play defensively at the NBA level. Right now, the offense isn't there, and we've seen it in a little bit. He made a 3 in this one, but he's a good rebounder we talked about, but he had 4 turnovers, 4 fouls, um, only 5 points. He finished with 2 for 7 shooting. Just some inconsistency there. Chris Livingston's been an interesting story so far in summer league, and we'll talk about his leading scorer yesterday's game against Sacramento. But yeah, it feels, he needs some, like, Livingston's coming along offensively, which we talked about kind of Livingston as a prospect. It's interesting where he would have been, if he would have stayed with Kentucky one more season. I mean, again, this guy would have been probably a first round pick. So you like the value gain Livingston. There's going to be this learning curve for sure with him. So not much else in this one. It was an ugly game, I guess, to keep it nice. And then they did play um, on Thursday, pulling that one up here. They played Miami. Yes, they played the Heat. And in this one, yes, they lost. This one was 91-72. So similar score. And again, this is a good team, right? Marquette alum Jamal Cain, who by the way has been on an NBA roster now and is going around the G League. So bring some experience in this game. Lit it up. 10 for 17, 8 boards, 3 assists. I mean, he looks great. If he's not on the Heat's roster this year, he's going to be lighting up in G League, and he'll be up based on how he's looked. Similar story again for Jackson. I mean, 1 for 5, 1 for 3 from 3, 7 rebounds again, 6 fouls, 3 turnovers. Again, this will come with Jackson. Livingston 2 for 7. I'd say probably his worst game of summer league was this one against Miami, and then Beauchamp 3 for 9. Again, the offense was not there for Beauchamp. Lindell Wigginton's has been with the summer league the last few games, right? He's been with the Bucks there in Vegas, and he's looked offensively like, again, he's been on. You could tell like he has been through the NBA process. He looked really well. I mean, with limited opportunity, he made the most of it. I felt offensively, so I was pleased with Wigginton's performance here. I feel like Wigginton and like AJ Green, like we know, right? I mean, not that they're proven, but like they've proven in G League that they can score, and then they came up to NBA and they've been able to handle some sort of role there. So Thursday again, not a good result. Oh, a tough squad though, nonetheless. They still lose. Last game here was Kings Bucks 92-84. This game was known for the ugly 3-point shooting. The Bucks had an individual shoot 3 for 17 from 3. Craig Randall was the guy there. 6 for 22 he finished with in this one. But yeah, not a good 3-point showing. They were leaving him open. And but this Kings one, this was just the toughest loss out of all of them, I feel. It was not a Bucks didn't play well. Other than Chris Livingston, who 9 for 14, 22 points. This was his best game of summer league here. Taco Fall played it a little in this one, 9 minutes. Of course, he got a block. Had to add that to the stat sheet, but yeah, Livingston led the way. Craig Randall was 6 for 22, though. Andre Jackson was 2 for 4. This was a game for Jackson where, okay, he didn't score a lot, but you certainly would be pleased with how he played as like a role player. 4 steals, 4 boards, 1 assist. The turnovers are going to come, they'll come down with time. Jackson's definitely played. You're pleased with, I don't know if you're pleased with how Jackson played. Marjon Beauchamp did not play, by the way, in this one. So that's kind of where like guys like Craig Randall step up and have to log more minutes. Livingston, you're pleased with as well. I don't know. I think this summer league, right? You finish 2-3. You start 2-0. I think the big takeaway for this was just seeing where like guys like where Chris Livingston, Andre Jackson, seeing where they're at, and then kind of right. We've seen the college tape, but how can you improve them from there? That was big for me. Then also Marjon Beauchamp, right? He's made strides. There's no denying that, but you can certainly see he's not necessarily NBA ready. Like I don't think he's ready to be that rotation guy yet, even like a Javon Carter role. But I think he will become that. He could even become that this season, like midway through or whatnot. I don't know. I don't think he'll be on the G League team, but definitely optimistic with Beauchamp, right? But we just need it'll come over time. Is where I'm at with him. But I really I've really liked Chris Livingston so far, and I'm hoping, right? They Bucks did sign him, so that's not an issue. 4-year contract. They 4 years, $7.64 million deal. So could be a steal for the Bucks there. We just gotta wait and see how he progresses here throughout like G League and whatnot. But Summer League told us a whole lot here. It was nice to see guys like Taco Fall um, come along, and Amari Moore was what I mentioned. I don't know if these guys necessarily played onto a role, but I could see them. I could see them filling up the G League team for sure. Um, so it was a fun G League roster, or not G League, Summer League roster for the Milwaukee Bucks. But I believe that's all because they had the 4 games mainly scheduled at Kings one, and it looks like that's gonna be it. As right, the Bucks didn't make the championship, but I always love Summer League, so that'll put a close to that. And then yeah, training camp for the Bucks is kind of like, or not Bucks, for the Packers is like the next other offseason thing we're waiting on. But we do have Brewers baseball back in swing after the All-Star game there. Yelich, of course, not making it, snubbed, but nonetheless, I mean, National League wins it was a rare thing to see. Um, but yeah, coming back, going to Cincinnati right away Friday, and I was talking about this yesterday on Drew's Baseball Crew, the betting show here. That everyone was taking, or everyone was fading Corbin Burns, right? Everyone was saying, okay, don't take Corbin Burns, he's gonna do bad. The weather in Cincinnati, the balls are gonna fly. Burns hasn't done well. Reds offense is gonna be hot. Whatever. 13 strikeout performance for Burns there, best outing of the year. And yeah, I mean, like you just see the way his WAR changed after that game too. Now at 1.3, he's now 7th on the team. But his best outing of the year came at a great time for the Brewers. Now, by the way, your first place Milwaukee Brewers outright, and also now owning the tiebreaker after the win Saturday, right? Back-to-back shutouts, 3 straight shutouts, as I've talked about. But yeah, owning the tiebreaker, they have won the regular season head-to-head matchup against the Reds, so they have the tiebreaker come if they tie to win the division. That's a plus. We know with how the Central is performing, they might not, like it might be only one team. Right now it looks like that. Might only be one team making the playoffs. So you definitely need to have all those tiebreakers. Which is crazy. We're in July. We're 2 weeks away from the deadline or so. The Brewers, they win 1-0, 3-0. Peralta, the swinging strikes for Peralta. So that's a big thing, right? We like to look at is, right, how many swinging strikes is he getting? And against the Cubs 2 weeks ago, he had one of those doing right now. That, we know the inconsistency has always been the issue, right? And not going deep into games too. But has another good outing, goes decent into the game, decently deep. ERA is still 4.4. I'm not saying like he's been perfect this year. ERA is over 4. But you go to the StatCast page, right? And lot of good things. I mean, he's above average in a lot of, like, in the 70 percentile on a lot of things. With percentage 87 percentile. So you see a lot of good things. Like he's going to be a solid. I mean, he's a solid number 2, number 3 guy in your rotation. The XBA is 226 right now, which is actually the highest of his career, which is interesting. Last year was 190, XBA of 190. His xERA is the second highest of his career at 390. So, right, I mean, he's given up the long ball. That's been the thing. But otherwise, it hasn't been like, I don't know. I feel like it's something he's going to get under control. And I've been happy so far with Peralta's results as a pitcher. We're hoping for Woodruff to be back soon. I imagine it's going to be the velo numbers when he was throwing. He wasn't touching even 95, I don't think, with the fastball. It was like 92, 93. I know it was like it's one of his first bullpen sessions, but I'm definitely a little concerned with when Woodruff will be back. We love Brandon Woodruff. He was my dark horse Cy Young pick to start the year. Yes, injuries stink, is right. That's for anything, right? But Brandon Woodruff, we're hoping we get him back soon. Right? He's what this team needs. He's gonna feel like a trade deadline acquisition when he comes back, whenever it is. He's gonna feel you're gonna have him back, and it'll be like, wow, who do we have to give up for this guy? And turns out you didn't have to give up anyone. So looking forward to that. I'm optimistic to how Hauser pitches on Sunday, right, which is today. If you're listening after, you'll know, but I think that'll impact soon because soon the Brewers will have to make a rotation decision. You'd imagine it'd be Colin Ray, but Hauser's pitched decent, and his ERA is now 3.68, and yeah, Ray's is a 4.7. So yeah, you imagine Ray so far would be the one. Even the underlying numbers, he has the highest FIP and some other metrics that would indicate it would be him who would be out of the spot. But yeah, I mean, going back to Saturday, yesterday's game, Brewers. Rain delay starts late. Yelich hits another home run, leadoff home run, first pitch of the game. They have one hit was what the Reds had, and there was a pitch in there that was questionable. Could have been strike three. That after they get a weak hit, Cincinnati does, and that's the only hit they have in the game. So could have been a no hitter, but that's baseball. Not making excuses. It's not a no hitter. Not saying that, but definitely, just funny how baseball works sometimes. But the bullpen has been like the big thing, right? You're just starting to feel a little bit of like 2018 for a second, where this bullpen, not like the season itself, but like 2018. I mean, it could be 2018, but with Payamps and Peguero, I mean, it feels like okay, um, I get like Jeremy Jeffress vibes, right? Bringing like having him there, and he just lights out. He's lights out for like that whole season, and you just get that with like Payamps with how he's pitched so far this year. ERA 1.83. I mean, Peguero's at 2.9, but he's been solid in that like seventh inning role or so. Payamps has secured the setup, man. That is definitely who you want out there. 51 strikeouts, 44 and a third. Again, yeah, the ERA 1.83. And then Devin Williams 1.78. Of course, he's looked great. 49 strikeouts and 35 and a third. Payams has surrendered 5 home runs, which is the most like in the bullpen right now. So that's been something to monitor. But then Milner, like having Milner as like that lefty specialist too. ERA 2.5. I mean, I had higher expectations for Milner coming in, but like a 2.5 ERA would have been like one of the best outcomes I would have given. So you love to see that. Hoping Strzelecki can make it back. ERA was 4.5. He was struggling. He was giving up some runs, hard contact, but we're hoping Strzelecki comes back soon if needing that spot there. Bryce Wilson has been solid too. It's been so quiet. Bryce Wilson has pitched 43 innings, right? ERA is at 2.7 right now. Like, and for context, Julio Teheran's pitched 47 innings for the Brewers. So just how effective Wilson has been this year is incredible. So I just find that interesting to see. Yeah, that's the big thing with the rotation here, and I'm optimistic here. Moving forward that this rotation continues it. I'm hoping that's the case, and going through the offense here, right? Who's hot? Who's not? We know William Contreras is hot, scorching hot. He's risen his batting average now to 272. OPS now over 800, right? And this is from a catcher, right? OPS plus of 118, so he's 18% above league average as well. Christian Yelich still scorching hot, OPS of 829, 126 OPS plus, and he's up, right? He's up to 12 home runs and 21 steals is Christian Yelich. So it's been good to see that. With the new rules, I was looking at this, found this interesting. The Brewers have taken advantage of the new rules for sure. They're like middle of the pack in the league in stolen bases, I believe. But like as a team, but like they have good balance, I feel, with guys stealing double digit bases right now. Terang stole his 10th yesterday, so now it's Terang at 10, Weimer at 11, Miller at 12, Yelich at 21. And Contreras even has a steal. And then Tyrone Taylor already has 5 steals. It's nice to have him back. I'm hoping Taylor gets the bat going. That's really what we're looking for. So, and that's been nice to see. Perkins has 3 steals. He's already gotten, he's been caught stealing twice. He's gotten picked off though multiple times there. Also, Monasterio's up to 3 steals as well. So, just keeping that in mind. Let's go to week 17 here, looking at what's up for the Brewers. We got an off day tomorrow, so the schedule. So it's been so weird where the Brewers have to play all those games straight, right? They had that long streak of games from late June to early July here, or mid July actually, and then you have a break then for 4 days for the All-Star break. You play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then they give you an off day on Monday. So you play 3 games now after having a break. Then you get an off day. Brewers do go from Cincinnati to Philadelphia, and they will play the Phillies for 3 games in Philly, and they go 5:40 p.m. Tuesday. This is all Central Time. Then they go 5:40 on Wednesday, and then 11:35 on Thursday. All 3 are going to be on Bally Sports, Wisconsin, so no worries on that. Then we have next Saturday, or then Saturday. Keep these in mind. Brewers and Braves. So it is right. The Braves are coming to Milwaukee 7:10 p.m. This is a home game. Giveaways all weekend. So keep this in mind. Friday night's giveaway is a Negro Leagues tribute game. What is it? That's what the theme is. And then you get a Milwaukee Bears sweatshirt. So keep that in mind. So community night, right? That's gonna be the game. It's the Negro Leagues tribute game, and you get the Milwaukee Bears sweatshirt. So keep that in mind. And then Saturday you get a City Connect beach towel. So that's presented by High Chew. It says first 30,000 will get those beach towels. They look nice. That game is on Fox, not FS1, Fox. So you'll that on national television on Saturday. And Sunday's that Sunday fun day bundle. I've hyped up a bunch. Or $59 gets you 4 outfield tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and a parking pass. Keep in mind, parking pass is $15 right there. Or on weekends, actually, I think $20. So you're getting great value. So good stuff for the weekend there. Negro will know more about who's confirmed starting for the Brewers throughout the weekend. Also the Phillies. They're off tomorrow as well. So want to see right now, I see Aaron Nola slated in on Tuesday, but I think after this game, I think Nola will be there still, but Wednesday and Thursday I think will change a little bit. So just waiting on that. Those were the main things here on, again, episode 123 here of Drew's Sports Crew. Looking forward to this prediction here. Now, again, not going to give it out, but at Drew Sports Crew, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is where you can find content there. You'll find the Record Prediction Challenge as well, Drew Sports Crew, on YouTube and Facebook. Also, Power Rankings out on Tuesday. Brewers will be on it. Promise you that. That's going to wrap it up here for myself, Drew Skyberg. Have a great rest of your Sunday and have a great week as well. Thank you all for listening to yet another episode of Drew Sports Crew, the perfect podcast for you.